Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy, and there's great news. This guy scored a solid A. He is a great guy. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is likely to talk a lot about his dreams and fill conversations with excitement about new ideas, but his career path may be unpredictable. He'll work very hard when something inspires him, but because he isn't super organized or assertive, he may get stuck or distracted easily. His success depends on finding a field where creativity and enthusiasm are valued.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he won't easily break down or lose his temper. He has a steady mood and won't get shaken up for long, so you won't see big emotional outbursts. He recovers well but may not always learn or grow from setbacks.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work probably find him fun, lively, and full of creative ideas. But some may feel he can be a bit blunt or not very thoughtful with his words. He isn't someone who always wants to pick fights, and he doesn't hold grudges or get angry often. He's more likely to be the office colorful character than the peacemaker or leader everyone looks up to.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
He will likely cheer you on and feel happy for your success rather than threatened by it. He isn't someone who ties his own value to being better than others, so he won't feel small if you do well. In fact, your achievements might excite him and give him even more energy to support you.
What if you start earning more than him?
He's not likely to secretly resent you or feel insecure if you earn more than him. Money doesn't really shape how he feels about himself or his partner. He doesn't connect income with power or pride, so you won't have to worry about silent grudges or passive aggressive behavior.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's much more a spender than a saver. When something catches his eye or promises a good time, he's quick to pull out his wallet, sometimes without stopping to think about budgets or future needs. If you value stability and saving for the future, you may need to gently guide him to think before spending.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He enjoys the good things in life and loves a bit of excitement. So sometimes he may spend more than he should to keep up a certain lifestyle or do things that catch his interest. While he isn't trying to fool anyone or brag, he might find himself stretching his budget just to have more fun or look stylish. He probably doesn't worry much about showing off, but he isn't careful about living strictly within his means either.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is open handed when it comes to spending and isn't one to pinch pennies or hold things back. You'll find him willing to share, treat others, and say yes to fun opportunities without much hesitation. If you're looking for a partner who is generous in spirit and likes to spread light-hearted joy, you'll find that in him.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's quite open about money and doesn't hide what he spends or keep secrets about his finances. You won't find him trying to control the household budget or use money to hold power over you. He's straightforward and likes to live in the moment. So, what you see is what you get.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's not the type to insist that housework is just your job, but he also won't always notice what needs to be done or keep things tidy on his own. He's happy to help out if you ask, and he doesn't have strong ideas about chores being men's or women's work. Sharing chores is possible, but you may need to lead the way.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's willing to pitch in with chores and even things like diapers, especially if it feels like a team activity or if you ask him directly. He doesn't see these jobs as just yours, but don't expect him to notice on his own when things need to be done. He might overlook mess or forget routines unless reminded. If you guide him gently and keep things positive, he'll join in, but you may need to be the one setting the pace and the tasks.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He isn't someone who will argue just to prove he's right, and he usually doesn't have the patience or interest for long debates. That said, he may not always try hard to deeply understand your side either. You won't have endless arguments, but you may sometimes wish for a bit more true understanding or comfort from him.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he gets angry, he won't lash out with harsh words or become aggressive. He's got a calm nature and doesn't let anger take over easily. So you're unlikely to hear hurtful remarks or see scary behavior. His way is more about shrugging things off or moving on than holding on to anger.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, this is not the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. He usually stays calm and relaxed, even when things are frustrating or stressful. If anything, sometimes he may brush off problems too casually, but sudden anger won't be your concern.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He's not the type to push blame onto you or start pointing fingers when something goes wrong. If he makes a mistake, he's usually able to laugh it off and say sorry without turning it into a big deal. Taking responsibility isn't a struggle for him. He just doesn't get stuck in pride or defensiveness.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He generally wants to keep things light and good between you, and he doesn't enjoy conflict or forcing his own way. Even if he isn't the most sensitive person, he will usually respect when you say no. He's not likely to push or argue if you set a boundary. You can feel safe expressing your limits with him. Just be direct, as gentle reminders work best.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
No, he's not likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He's easygoing and doesn't hold grudges or let his feelings get hurt over small things. He prefers to keep things light and happy so he won't sulk or make you feel guilty.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He isn't someone who holds on to things just to use them against you later, nor does he get pleasure out of embarrassing or hurting loved ones. You can feel comfortable opening up with him. He values happy memories more than holding on to mistakes.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He loves excitement and newness, which means he can sometimes be tempted or distracted by attention from other women, especially if things feel routine or dull at home. While he doesn't set out to hurt people or betray trust, his playful nature and craving for fun can make him less steady if strong boundaries aren't in place. If faithfulness is important to you, it will help to keep the relationship engaging and talk openly about what loyalty means to you both.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he's not overpossessive, jealous, or controlling. He values fun and freedom over trying to manage or keep tight control over a partner. You'll feel trusted, not watched or restricted.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, with him, any protective behavior is not a mask for being controlling. He isn't someone who tries to make all the decisions or limits your freedom in the name of looking out for you. His natural style is easygoing and he prefers to avoid drama or heavy rules.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He won't expect you to do everything, and he's not stuck on old fashioned ideas about who should parent. He's happy to join in, especially when it comes to playing with the kids and having fun together. Parenting for him should feel enjoyable and light.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
He will stay calm when the kids mess up or get upset. He doesn't have a quick temper and is more likely to handle mistakes or tears with a gentle attitude. The kids won't need to fear outbursts from him. He'd rather move past problems than make them bigger.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support you as both a mother and your own person. He enjoys seeing people around him happy and thriving, so he won't feel threatened if you have interests, goals, or a career outside of parenting. You won't find him trying to keep you in your place or make you choose between motherhood and your dreams.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he's not the type to secretly hope you'll quit your career after having a child. He's happy to see you shine in your work and your personal life, and he won't use parenthood as a reason to hold you back later. Be open with him about your plans. He'll likely cheer you on every step of the way.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He's more likely to greet your parents with cheerful friendliness than stiff politeness. His warmth comes through in playful conversations, smiles, and genuine attempts to make everyone feel comfortable. What you see is what you get. His warmth isn't put on, it's just part of who he is. He is more likely to try to adjust to your family than to expect them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly rather than making things worse. He isn't quick to anger or easily rattled, so he won't add fuel to the fire with fights or harsh words. If you want someone who helps keep the family atmosphere peaceful, he'll be that steady, calming influence.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
No, he's not the type who is modern in private, but expects you to suddenly become a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He values easygoing happiness over strict appearances, and he won't put pressure on you to change yourself for anyone, whether in public or at home. He prefers that you feel comfortable and be yourself wherever you are.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will support you rather than staying out of it or siding with his family. He wants to keep things happy and peaceful, and you are his first priority. While he may not jump into an argument, he won't leave you feeling alone or let you face problems by yourself.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He's not a classic mummy's boy. While he cares for his family, he doesn't let their opinions control his actions or decisions, especially after marriage. If there's a conflict between you and his mother, he'll try to stay neutral at first and keep the peace, but he won't always blindly follow his mother's wishes. If you make your feelings clear and ask for his support, he's likely to stand by you, though he might use humor or gentle words instead of arguments.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He's not the type to run and share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He prefers to keep things light and handles most problems within the relationship itself. He values privacy when it comes to personal matters, so you won't have to worry about your issues becoming family gossip.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Overall, as we mentioned at the start, this guy scored a solid A. He is a great guy. Being in a relationship with him means your days will be filled with laughter, new experiences, and a sense of lightness. He brings fun and excitement to the routine, often suggesting spontaneous outings or playful activities to keep things lively.